Hello everyone, my name is Vibin Vinod and this is my presentation for assignment 2 of client-server computing. Today I'll be talking about two important technologies used in distributed client-server systems, which are the Java RMI and also the Corba. So I'll explain how both technologies work and compare their differences, and then also shows a simple healthcare system example where both system can be applied in a real world situation. So first, let's start with Java RMI. So RMI stands for Remote Method Invocation. In simple terms, RMI allows a Java program to call methods from another Java object that is running on a different machine or different computer through a network. So to the developer, it almost feels like calling a normal call method, even though the actual process happens somewhere else and not on the same device. The RMI architecture mainly involves four components. First is the client, which sends the request. Second is the stub, which acts like a representative of the remote object on the client side. And thirdly, we have the RMI registry, which works like a directory service where remote objects are registered and also searched by its name. And finally, which is the fourth one, there is a remote object itself on the server side, which performs the requested task. So here's how the communication happens. When the client calls a remote method, the stub packages all the method informations and also the parameters into data that can be sent across the network. This process is called marshalling. The data is sent to the server, and on the server side, the skeleton receives the request, unpacks them, the data through unmarshalling, and then executes the actual method. After that, the result is returned back to the client in the exact same way, like in reverse. One major advantage of RMI is its simplicity, since everything is built specifically for Java, so the developers can create distributed system much faster and easier. However, there is one limitation also that I've identified, which is the RMI only works properly when both client and server are written in Java. So it must be same language, then only it can work. So now let's move to Cobra. Okay, Corba. Corba stands for Common Object Request Broker Architecture. Unlike RMI, Corba is designed for systems where different programming languages need to communicate with each other, so they don't necessarily have to use the same language. For example, one can use C++ and the other one can be on Python or Java, things like that. But Corba still allows all of them to work together. The main component in Corba is called the ORB, which stands for Object Request Broker. The ORB acts as a middleman between clients and servers. So whenever a client sends a request, the ORB finds the correct server object and then forwards it to the request and sends the response back to the client. Before communication can happen, developers also will define the service interface using IDL, or it can also be known as interface definition language. Basically, IDL describes what methods are available without depending on a specific programming language. Corba tools then automatically generate this required client and server code in the target language, whatever is being used. Because of this, Corba supports language independence and also platform independence. Corba communication usually uses a standard protocol called IIOP, which ensures a different system can communicate smoothly even if they are developed using different technologies. So now, okay, let's compare RMI and also Corba. The biggest difference is language support. RMI is limited to Java environments, while Corba support multiple languages. Like I said before, RMI is generally simpler to develop and also configure because everything is just one language base, which is Java. While Corba, on the other hand, is more complex because it requires ORB configuration and also IDL definitions. But it is much more flexible. While being complex, it also offers one benefit, which is flexibility for large enterprise system when the scale is way bigger. RMI is suitable when the entire application is built in Java and simplicity is more important, or that is their scope. While Corba is more suitable when multiple systems are developed in different languages, but they must interact together, especially in industries like banking, healthcare, and also telecommunications. To understand this better, let's look at a healthcare example. Okay, Imagine a hospital where different modules are developed using different programming languages. The patient record system is written in C++, let's say, and the billing system is written in Java, and the pharmacy system is written in Python. Since all these systems use different languages, Corba becomes the best solution to put them up together. Each module defines its services using IDL, and the ORB manages communication between them. For example, when the billing system needs patient information, it sends a request through the ORB to the patient record server. The ORB handles all the communication and translation automatically. At the same time, inside the same hospital, there could also be a smaller appointment scheduling system built completely on Java. Since everything there uses Java, RMI would be a simpler and more efficient choice. The scheduling server registers its services in the RMI registry, and client applications can directly call methods like book appointment, which is one method inside the programming. Let's say you can call this method remotely without okay, you can call it memory. This example shows that both RMI and Corba can even exist together in one large system depending on the requirement of the system itself. So in conclusion, Java and Corba is like a simple and efficient solution, while Corba is more powerful for integrating systems built with multiple programming languages or platforms. So basically, they both have their ups and downs. So it really depends on the focus of the system. If you want simplicity, you will go for Java RMI. But if you want flexibility, a bigger system where there are multiple languages, there are complexity. So you will go for Corba because it offers this complex flexibility for the whole system. That's all from me. Thank you.